Hey there, Nina. Don't tell me that you're still working at that filthy, disgusting job of yours. I still can't believe that you still haven't been able to find a better situation for yourself after all this time. I know that back in the day you used to make up excuses for yourself, though. You would say things like how you were doing it all for me and that's why you couldn't leave your work. But you know what I think? I think that you actually like the work that you do, and I think that that's why you're still working there. That, and you're probably not good for much else. You mean you think I was making up an excuse for myself when I said that I did all that I was doing for your sake? You do realize that if I wasn't working that job, then neither you nor I would have had anything to eat, right? I found what worked for me, and I'm not going to be shamed for it. Just why are you even reaching out to me right now? Did you just want to say this to me? Is that all you had to say? Well, come on. I'm only saying that you're making your money through some pretty bottom-feeder jobs, don't you think? But I guess since you are still working them, I thought I'd just ask you for a little money. Hold on a second. Is that why you're messaging me? You just wanted to ask me for money? I thought you already had a job. If you have a job, then you should have money, so just why are you coming to me asking if you can borrow some? Oh, well, I don't really feel like getting into all of the details about my life with you. All you really need to know is that I have a low salary and I want more money. I just don't make enough no matter how hard I work. And at this rate, I'm not even going to be able to afford my rent this month. So, come on, can't you just lend me even a little bit of money? I know that you've gotten some extra lying around. You really think that you have any right to ask me for money after the way that you were just making fun of me? Why in the world do you think that would make me want to pay you anything? Well, come on, at least the silver lining of you doing the work that you do is that you should have some cash lying around, right? I mean, I think it's great how you've managed to game the system so that you really don't even have to work at all. All you do is go out with men and get paid for it. Must be nice. You really must have no idea how the real world works, though. You just do whatever you want and don't have to worry about bosses or anything like that at all. Just you and your client. You think that I'm just going out with men on dates? Is that all you think that I'm doing to earn money? You really don't know anything at all. I mean, what is it that you actually think I do on a given night? Do you have any idea what it is that I do at all? Because if you think it's all fun and games, then you should give it a try. Oh no, I could never do that kind of work. Besides, I'm too busy working a real, dignified job and wouldn't have to degrade myself like that anyways. After all, I would become like a pariah or something if I were to do that. But I'm glad that you've managed to make this whole thing work for you. But yeah, I could just never ever in a million years be a lady of the night like you are. So you should really just remember that and not ever try and invite me to join you as that kind of woman ever again. I mean, really, why would you even ask me that in the first place? That's not even what I was saying. I wasn't sincerely suggesting that you try and do that work that I do. I was just... Never mind. Well, anyways, the other reason I'm messaging you is to let you know that I've gotten engaged and am going to be getting married soon. So that's another reason why I want you to give me some money. And now that you know I'm getting married, don't think that you can get away with cheaping out on me. You know, when people get married, they don't typically tell their guests what they want to their face. You usually just invite people to celebrate with you, and then they just kind of bring you gifts. That, or you make a registry. You have really got to stop talking down to me like this. Do you know that? You might have worked so that we could eat when we were younger, but the fact is that you're not my mom, okay? To me, you're nothing but a walking, talking ATM. So why don't you accept that you're nothing more than a source of cash for me and quit your complaining? Are you kidding me? Did you really just call me that? What is the matter with you? Is that really all that I am to you? I'm just saying that I've been trying to play the good little sister with you for long enough, and I am tired of pretending. But now I'm finally going to be getting married and I'll have a new family. And you should also know that my fiancé comes from a really, really rich family. So I'm never ever going to have to worry about having enough money ever again. And then I won't ever have to talk to you ever again. Mandy, what is the point of this, huh? What is it that you're wanting to say to me? Because honestly, I don't like the tone that you're taking right now. You know, after all the years of my life that I have dedicated to taking care of you and providing for you, you've never once thanked me. Thank you? You think that I have anything to be grateful to you for? You were just running around all night having fun and going on dates and being with all kinds of men. You really want me to give you some sort of prize for that? You were only getting paid because you didn't know how to keep your legs closed, and that's why you'll never be anything more to me than the ATM machine that you are now. Is that really how you think about me? Is that all you have to say for the effort that I put into taking care of my own little sister? Do you really think that you're worth anything more than that? I really can't even tell if you're being serious right now. You do know that nobody around me knows what you do, right? I've had to hide the truth about what my sister does to every single person that I know. You have no idea the kind of pain that that's been putting me through. Look, I can understand that. I get not wanting to tell everyone you know about what I do for a living, but I don't think that's enough to explain the way that you've been treating me. I'm just trying to tell you right now that you and I are just two completely different people. I mean, I've actually gone to college and I work at an office doing a real job. You only have your GED and couldn't even graduate high school like the rest of the people that you went to school with. You're just a total embarrassment, and I can't believe that we're related. Mandy, please, you have to realize that I really was doing this for you. You know that the reason I had to drop out in the first place was so that I could take care of you, right? You're always saying that. You're always saying that I should be kissing the ground that you walk on because you couldn't stand to get out of school and get on the streets. Well, I'm not going to be guilted into feeling sorry for you anymore. I'm not asking you to feel sorry for me or anything like that at all. I just think that you're not being fair in terms of acknowledging all the ways that I've been there for you. Okay, fine. Thank you for all the hard work that you've done. Is that what you wanted to read? Now that I've said that and I'm getting married, though, I just want you to know that I don't need you in my life anymore. Do you really mean that? You really don't even want me in your life? Well, okay. If that's really how you want to do this, then okay. You'll never hear from me again.
Hey there, Nina. I think that Mandy's wedding is gonna be happening pretty soon. Have you been? Aren't you excited for the ceremony? You know, I'm actually really looking forward to getting to see you there. I can't believe how long it's been since you and I last saw each other. You must be so excited to get to be there for your sister after all these years.
Oh, hey there, Eric. Thanks for always looking after my little sister. I really do appreciate it. And yes, I am really looking forward to getting to see you after so much time as well. I hope that you've not been playing handsy with the girls at your shop anymore.
Of course I'm not doing anything like that anymore. I couldn't even if I wanted to. After all, my wife is just so strict that she would never let anything like that fly. I know that I'd be sleeping out in the doghouse if I even so much as let my eyes wander over to another woman other than her. I guess you could say that she's keeping me on an extra short leash.
I see. Well, as long as someone is keeping you in check, I guess that's the main thing, right? I wasn't really sure she was going to be able to keep you in check, but I guess it sounds like you needed someone rough around the edges to handle you. But as long as you two are happy, then that's really all that matters to me.
Well, it sounds to me like you basically already know everything about the whole situation. After all, I had no idea just how close you and my wife actually were. But actually, the reason why I'm messaging you today is because there's something I kind of wanted to talk to you about.
I thought that you might have wanted to talk to me about something. I take it this is about Mandy. She is doing all that she needs to at work, right?
Well, that's actually exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. The thing is that Mandy just really doesn't work, and she honestly doesn't seem to take her job seriously at all. In fact, there have been some pretty nasty and horrible rumors about her spreading all over the office, and I'm being put in a pretty awkward place. So anyways, that's why I wanted to talk to you, about what was going on before I take things any further. I thought you might be able to give me some insights that I don't have.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess I didn't realize that Mandy was causing you so much trouble at your business. I really don't know what I could say in her defense.
Well, it's just that you're super busy and I don't want to cause you any more trouble. I just don't want any of the fallout from this to end up affecting you. But I think that things have gotten to a point where I can't just turn a blind eye anymore.
Now that really is understandable. I appreciate you thinking about me in this, but I don't actually think that you'll be causing any trouble for me. You see, the other day, Mandy and I got into a little fight and, well, we ended up going our separate ways and decided not to talk to each other anymore.
Wait, what? You're kidding me, right? You're not on speaking terms with Mandy anymore? But what happens? I mean, you dedicated years of your life to working for her and helping to raise her the best you could.
Yes, I tried to make Mandy think about that as well. But to her, I wasn't working hard or setting my dreams aside or something like that. To her, she only sees the work that I was doing and can't get past that.
Is she really acting that way? Oh, what is the matter with her? I mean, I guess I understand why the line of work that you're in might make things awkward to talk about with other people, but the fact of the matter is that you really did raise her.
I know, or at least I thought I did. I thought I did everything I could for her given the circumstances. But I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. What is it that I can do for you, Eric?
Right, well, I think that it might just be easier to explain this over the phone if that's okay with you. You think you have time to chat for a minute?
Yeah, I can talk for just a little bit. Just give me a few minutes to finish what I'm doing, and then we'll be able to call. What the heck do you think you're doing here, huh? You really have got some nerve showing your face around here. I don't get why you're acting this way. You literally threw your glass of wine all over me the second you saw me. What is the matter with you? Why do you always have to treat me like this? I literally haven't even done anything to you, and you have to go and embarrass me like this? I embarrassed you? Oh, that's rich. I hope that you're joking about that, because that's nothing compared to how embarrassing it is having a prostitute for a sister. How dare some slutty little dropout like you think that you have any right to be here or any right to be a part of my life at all because you sacrificed your hopes and dreams to give me a future. Here I thought that you and I could have been able to work something out between the two of us, but okay, if this is really how you want things to go between us, then I'll just turn around and go home. Good! You were never welcome here in the first place, so just turn around and go home right now, because I never want to see you again. Okay then, I'm not sure if you'll regret this, but whatever. It sounds like this is all out of my hands anyway. Nina, where are you right now? Please, you have to tell me where you are. You have to come back to my wedding right this second. Ever since I threw you out, this whole wedding has turned into a giant mess. Things are really falling apart over here right now. Well, I thought something like that might happen after you kicked me out of the wedding like that, but I've already made up my mind to go home. And after you doused my dress in that red wine, I'm not of any mind to turn around and go back to be there for your wedding. Besides, you told me to go home and that you never ever wanted to see me again. So why are you calling me so soon after saying that? I know that I told you to leave and never come back, but it's just that, well, I had no idea that you knew my father-in-law this whole time. And now he's really, really pissed at me. He says that if you aren't at the wedding, then he refuses to see it through. He's not going to let me marry his son because you're not here. Well, yes, that all seems to add up to me. I kind of figured that Eric would react that way if you did something like that to me. But this doesn't make any sense at all. Why would Eric care about you at all? Why would he even know you to begin with? Oh, well, you should know that Eric used to be a rather frequent client at one of the establishments I used to work at. That's right. Your father-in-law was one of my clients. And he really was one of my favorite ones, too. He was just so kind and understanding and showed real respect for us women. So even after he got married, we still kept in touch. But I just... Are you... is this some kind of joke or something? Please tell me that you're lying to me. I know that the chances of you getting married to his son are rather slim, but it's all true. I mean, I was just so shocked when you told me who it was that you were getting married to. But I was also happy because I knew Eric, and Eric was happy that you would be marrying his son since he knows all about how hard I worked to take care of you. I don't get any of this, though. Why wouldn't you tell me about any of this? I mean, don't you think it's pretty important for me to know that you were with my father-in-law? Well, I just know how prideful you are and how embarrassed you are about the kind of work that I do. So I just didn't really think that you would even want to hear something like that. I was worried it might change your mind about the marriage, and I didn't want to be responsible for that. But you should have told me! I have a right to know about all of this. You should have told me the second that you realized whose son it was I was going to get married to. Really? Do you think so? I just didn't see the point in living in the past like that. And after you told me that you two were engaged, I just didn't see the point. And it's not like I was never ever going to tell you, but you told me that you never wanted to talk to me again after telling me about your marriage, so I didn't really have any chances to. I know that you're not actually trying to make me out to be the bad guy in all of this, right? You do realize that all of this is all your fault, don't you? Well, I guess if that's the interpretation you want to take from this, then okay. But this is happening because of choices that you made yourself, okay? I mean, I sacrificed years of my life to take care of you and make sure that you had enough to eat. You didn't even tell me that you were getting married until days before it was going to happen anyways. And just why are you always treating me as if I owe you everything, all because of what you did? I never said anything like that. But the fact is that I did a lot for you, and I want to be a bigger part of your life. You can feel how you want about my job, but you can't deny what I materially did for you. And when I found out about who you were marrying, I kept my mouth shut because I didn't want to upset you. I am still working for your benefit, Mandy. But that's not fair. It's different. It's not the same. Say what you want. I think it's unfair for you to spring your wedding on me like that. I was so surprised when you told me that. But I knew there was hardly any point to saying anything since you wouldn't have listened to me anyways. No, you should have told me. If you did, then I wouldn't be getting this mad. You basically stabbed me in the back with this. So you get back here right now and fix all of this, got it? Or else what, you're going to blow up my phone with angry calls or something like that? Don't you get how upset I am over this? When my fiancé saw me toss my glass of wine on you, both he and his dad were so upset with me. I really thought that Eric was going to explode at me or something like that. He was so angry and it was just over you. You know, Eric actually used to be married, but he lost his first wife when she was young. It was a few years after that he started frequenting our establishment, but he would also tell me about how hard it was to raise his son by himself. We were able to bond over our mutual struggles as single parents, so yeah, it sounds right that he'd be quite mad at you for what you did. But you are nothing but a prostitute, and Eric is the CEO of a huge company. You two are nothing alike, and you have nothing in common at all. Well, sure, our jobs couldn't be further from each other, but people aren't just their jobs. I can't believe this. Don't you realize that you're destroying my wedding right now? You're going to ruin everything. But we might be able to save all of this if you just hurry up and get back here. I told you that I am not going to go back to any wedding or any kind of event with a wine-drenched dress. And besides, even if I did go back, you would probably just make fun of me. So why would I want to subject myself to that? Please, you have to come back. I'm begging you. This is just a little sisterly spat, that's all. You don't have to take it so seriously. A little spat? Is that what you're calling this? Because I'd say it's much more than that. You told me that I work the job I do because I don't know how to close my legs. You told me that I was nothing but a human ATM to you. You never ever showed me any kind of gratitude for anything that I did for you, so why should I do anything for you now? I I know that I said that, but I didn't actually mean it. Of course I realize how much you sacrificed for me. I would never have been able to accomplish any of what I've done without you. It's a bit late to try and show your appreciation now. In fact, maybe I'll demand that you pay me back all the tuition money I paid for you. Wait, hold on. You wouldn't really try and do something like that, would you? I mean, what's the point of trying to call in old debts when we can just be looking to the future instead? Oh, but this isn't something that's in the past. You still use the fact that you went to college to put me down when you were going there thanks to me. But you said that you were going to pay for my school. I wouldn't have agreed to go if I was going to have to pay all of this back. You know, I was willing to pay for your schooling when you first started, but let's not forget that you dropped out before you could graduate. So I think I am more than entitled to ask for that money back. No, you can't do that to me. It's not fair. I don't make nearly enough money right now, and I wouldn't have anything to pay you if I wanted to. Please, I was planning on quitting my job after getting married, so please come back and fix all of this. You really think that you're still going to be getting married after all of this? I might if you come back here and fix all of this. There's still time. Please, I need you here now. No. You said that you don't want anything to do with me anymore. So you'll just pay the debt you owe me and then we'll be through. Goodbye, Mandy. With everyone at the wedding now aware of just how awful Mandy really was, the whole thing fell apart and Mandy was never married. Later, it came to light that Mandy was also embezzling from Eric's company, and so she was fired. Obviously, I wish things had gone different between the two of us, but as far as I'm concerned, Mandy did all of this to herself. Hey, Maddie, you and I have seriously got to talk. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous at this point. Do you know that? You have seriously got some nerve sticking around this long. So let's just get right to business. When are you finally going to leave my brother and never bother my family with your presence again? You know that even Randy is starting to get sick of you, right? I still can't believe that he ended up marrying an old hag like you, though, honestly. What was he thinking doing that? He must have really pitied you when he did that. But it's high time that you free my brother from your little trap and just let him live his life. You have got to go, if not for your own sake, then for Randy's. You know, Amy, if you were really serious about this all being for Randy's sake, then I don't think that you would be telling me to do this. I mean, he's your brother. If you really think that he's not happy with me, then go and tell him that yourself and see what happens. But I am going to tell you now that I have no intention at all of leaving your brother. Do you understand me? And just when are you going to give up all of this nonsense anyway? I mean, you've been trying to split us up ever since we got married, and it still hasn't worked. I think if anyone needs to wake up from their little fantasy, it's you. Because Randy and I love each other, and we don't want to divorce. Got it? No, I'll never let you win. You won't get away with this. I'll never let you get away with being married to my brother. You may think you've won, but I have my ways. And besides, ever since Randy got married to you, all he ever does now is work. He's so boring now. He's not the brother that I used to have. And I just know that this is all your fault. If he wasn't married to you, then I would still have the older brother that I know and love and not the automaton that I have now. Or maybe you just don't realize that your brother has found a job that he's really, really passionate about and that's why he's been working so hard. And I, for one, think it's great. Sure, I'm not happy that I get to see less of him now, but if it's because he's doing something he really wants to, then who am I to stop him? Oh, please. Let's just cut all the bull. You and I both know that none of this is even true in the slightest.